everybody, hope you're having a good day. In this video I'm going to go over game 1 from prep test 20. Okay. Alright, so we have 7 players. And they're being assigned to one of 9 positions, so we have fewer players than positions. So that's, something to keep in mind, right? With every game at the beginning or close to the beginning, we want to have some sense of what the distribution of players is going to be in the positions, right? So how many, I keep hitting that, sorry guys. Okay, so for this one we've got our 9 seats and they're arranged like so. So, sorry, just giggling about the FML. All right, front, middle, last. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have to fill these 9 spots, but we only have 7 players, which means actually that 2 of the spots are going to be empty. So one thing that you can do when you have empty spots is actually just add the empty spots as players. So in this case, because we have O as a player, we don't want to use like 0, because that could potentially be confusing. So I'm going to use these X's. So that just means empty. So those are 2 empty spots. All right. Only seats in the same row as each other are immediately beside each other. Okay, so we're not going to consider these 2 seats, for example, to be immediately beside each other. But these two would be, etc. All right. O is in the last row. So O is in there, not in those 2. So see, already makes sense that we're not going to use that crossed out 0. P's seat is immediately beside R's seat. Okay. And also immediately beside an unassigned seat. So P has to be beside an unassigned seat. Okay, so those are our 2 options. So P is going to be in the middle of whatever row it's in. R's seat is in the row immediately behind the row in which Norris's seat is located. So R has to be behind the row where N is located, right? So N is in this row up here, somewhere in here. And R is going to be immediately behind it. We also know that this row is completely full, right? So we know the X represents an empty seat, but we have to have an empty seat beside P. So we can't actually add this to the last row because O is already there. So P will be in the middle of the middle row, and either an empty seat or R will be in, this is position 4, and same with position 6. Okay. O is down here, N's going to be up here. Okay, so N is in the front row, O is in the last row, can't be there. Okay. And neither S nor U is seated immediately beside N. Okay, so we can't have NS, SN, NU, or UN. And that means that there's going to have to be either T or an empty seat between N and whatever other player is in this row. So we have one more empty seat. We have T, which is wild, right? And we have S and U. So those are the players that we have left to place. Okay. So yeah, we can't have both S and U in the front row, would be a deduction we can make there. Okay. I'm just going to do the first question. Which one of the following is a pair of travelers who could be assigned to seats 2 and 8 respectively? So 2 is the middle of the front row and 8 is the middle of the last row. Okay, so we can't have R or P in either of those spots. So if I see R or P in an answer choice, I can eliminate. Okay, so C and D are out. And then I know that if N is in the middle here, then I have to have T on one side and an empty spot on the other, and then I'm going to have S or U or O in the bottom. So A actually looks like it'll work. So we could have empty, N, T, then R, P, empty, and then we have to have O down here. So we could have O, S, and U. Yeah, so the first one here would work out. We know we can't have O in the front row, so B is out. And if U is in the middle up top, then it would have to be next to N, and that's not allowed, so E is out as well. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave it with you now because you've got the basic setup and you've seen the rules applied a bit, and you've also got one acceptable solution mapped out here. So yeah, let me know how it goes. And if you have any further questions or you want clarification, then just let me know.